Hi guys, Arthur here from Homeowner DIY. Guys, this is your quick tip of the week. So when it comes to roofs, you will have places where you have flashing. So around the chimney here is a flashing. There's a valley down there. That is the kitchen vent, which also has a flashing, and then we've got a couple of this other stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to maintain and inspect your flashings. So when you have stuff like this, these little tiny holes, this one here, that you can address this so you don't have a leak down the road. So what we'll do now is material and tools. All right, this is the material and tools list. So I have a black sealant. I have latex gloves. The black sealant is horrible stuff to get on yourself, so I think the gloves is a good idea to have. This isn't necessary, but I recommend it. Flathead screwdriver, a putty knife. Depending on how much of the sealant you need, you can also use a paintbrush, and then I have a steel bristle brush. Guys, this is what I need for material and tools for this job, so let's get to it. All right, the first thing to do is inspect the bricks. Are there any cracks, moss? I've already cleaned this off, but any moss, clean this off too. You're already here. And besides that, it retains water. So your brick, your mortar is going to deteriorate faster. Now this is the north side here. The sun comes across this side, so you're going to have most of your moss on the north side. So you see here all the moss, and then you see on the other side it's not so much. The reason is that there's shade on the north side, so moss is going to develop much more quickly. Now looking at our flashing, so this is our flashing here, and then our sealant. I've already done this once before, but stuff like this, little cracks. Make sure that you clean out the cracks and expose anything like this, and push into it and see stuff like this if you have a hole. All right, once again we have moss buildup, so we'll scrape it all off. So stuff like this, driving rain will get into these types of holes. Stuff like this as well, big gaping hole that needs to be addressed. All right, so this is the south side. So once again, we'll inspect the sealant at the very top. So this looks like it has a fair bit of pits and other stuff. Remember, driving rain is going to hit the brick. It's going to flow down. It's going to go in behind here. Here I have an exposed nail that also needs to be addressed as well. Here there was a nail. Stuff like this, water is going to get down. This here as well. And then looking at the other side, there's a big hole here that I don't like. There's other stuff here, so I'm going to put some sealant in for these areas. Okay, so take your flathead, see what kind of shape the sealant is in. Here I broke a hole in this, so this needs to be redone. That was the scraps of it. But now it's time to fill this stuff up. And I would say also be liberal about using this type of sealant. I don't think there is a such thing as too much. What I'm going to do is I'll go around and then we'll come back when I'm all done. But you get the idea of putting the sealant on, and make sure that you push it all the way in to fill up any holes or anything like that. All right, so stuff like this, I scraped it out with the flathead, but make sure that you have a good solid material that you're going to be putting the sealant here onto. If your sealant here is all corroding away, don't just put something else on top of it, because you're not going to have a solid base, a solid foundation for your new material. All right, I've now gone all the way around. Once again, if I used a tube, it would have been a much cleaner look, but I used what I had. So I've gone all the way around. Give it some time because it'll want to start to drip down like here and like here. You see the drips. So you may have filled something, but later on it might have developed a little pinhole. So make sure that you go around and then address any issues that you need to. So right here, there's the head of the nail, but there's no sealant in behind it. So we'll just go over it one more time. But now is the time to go around, inspect the flashing, see if you've missed anything, if anything needs a little bit more sealant. All right, so I went all the way around. I would say for the most part, the sealant was still in good shape, but if you're unsure, once again, just add a little bit more. And the cost of the sealant here and the amount of time that I spent up here, this is absolutely minimal compared to what you're going to be spending if you have a leak that you don't notice for quite some time. Remember, prevention is better than cure. Guys, that's your quick tip of the week.